And I left a blurb on your email online about my house I have in Gainesville.
Sure, you filled out one of our online forms?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Last
great.
night.
Okay, let me take a look and see if I've got it in here. We've been going through all of those from over the weekend, so I apologize if we hadn't gotten to you just yet.
Are you located in Gainesville?
No, we're in Arizona. We actually purchase nationwide. Yeah.
Okay.
So we purchase.
It doesn't say, so I didn't know.
Oh, no, that's okay. I always just check the properties to make sure that we're purchasing in that area, and then that way we can kind of go from there. I can check to see if there's some comparables that I can go by. And you said you put it under your name, so I'm looking here. Here we are. Okay, great. Yeah, so I received a voicemail from you, but I didn't receive a completed form, so I wonder if it didn't go through.
I don't know, because I sent the form last night, probably around 8:30 or 9. And then I called back today around noon, just trying to make sure that you did get it.
Good, I'm glad you called.
I'm glad.
Well, give me the exact address, Bill. And sometimes there's a duplicate in here, but I want to go ahead and get the address so I can check it out for you. You don't have to wait any longer.
Okay. The property is in Gainesville, Florida. The address is...
So tell me a little bit about the property. Are you currently living there?
No, it was my mother's, and she has since passed. And I am now the owner of it.
Sorry about that.
Titled anyway. Mm-hmm. That's all right. She was 89, so she had a full and wonderful life.
Wonderful. Well, God bless that.
My son is living in it now, since it's not, so it wouldn't be vacant type of thing, you know?
Yes.
So I would like a little time if we do go any further, of course, you know.
Right.
I put that on
for him to find a place.
I guess you would.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And it's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's on 2.3 acres. The house was built in 1962. I'd have to go look at particulars, but it's over 2,000 square feet.
Okay.
It's on septic. It's on new septic. I'm not sure.
Last year new, or how new?
What, the septic tank?
Mm-hmm.
The septic replacement lines this year. This year, probably January, February.
Okay. And it's got well water also. And is it central air or is it window units?
Central air.
Okay, great. How old is that?
The air conditioning units, probably under 10 years.
Okay.
As far as I know. Roof is under 10 years.
Oh, roof is too. Perfect. You've got it. My next question. Any leaks that you know of?
No, none.
And how about updates? Did you do anything once your son moved in? Did you guys update the kitchen the last couple of years, or the bathroom?
We updated the bathroom. Like I said, we replaced the stove, we replaced the refrigerator. Water heater's not 4 or 5, maybe 6 years old. I mean, it's an older home that as time we've had to take care of, normal wear and tear.
Little by little,
It's new floor in the kitchen, living room down the hall in 1 bedroom, and that fake plank look,
Yes. Yep.
I really don't. You'd have to ask me the questions for me to be able to tell.
That's perfect. No, you're doing great.
There's 1 storage unit in the back of the property that housed the tractor, since it's 2.3 acres,
Yes.
It's wooded property, and it's probably got 5 or 6 200-year-old live oak trees on it.
Beautiful. And would you say that the area where the property is more rural, or is it just on the outskirts of the city limit?
I would say the city has called it and moved on.
Got it. Okay.
It's a suburb. It's a college town. It's where the University of Florida is. It's on the other side of the interstate that goes through the area. And as I said, people moved out there to get away from the center, and I think the suburbs have moved further out now, you know.
Okay. So it's kind of the best of both worlds over there.
It's in a good location.
Okay. Now, did you have any residual mortgage when you took on the property, or is it free and clear?
Free and clear, I have the title.
Okay, great.
Well, it was, I had to take care of it, but that's, you know.
Yeah, but it's not an issue for you anymore. Okay. And so I'm assuming since it is on the outskirts that there is no homeowners association, no solar panels or anything like that. Okay. And is it a single-story ranch style?
Single story, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any kind of basement or attic?
No.
And is it in any type of
or garage?
No, okay, thank you. Okay, so no garage, no carport. It's just straight up either
carport was the carport was enclosed to become a dining room, and then there was a green, I don't know what, a patio room. It was attached to lanai type, metal roof lanai type with windows beyond that. Okay.
Got it. Almost like we call it an Arizona room because we're in Arizona. But so it's an additional covered where they enclose the patio.
Correct. In other words, it has kickboard up 3 feet and then plastic windows that go up and down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got it. Mm-hmm. And have you reached out to some other investors? Where are you in the scheme of things as far as getting it sold?
Okay. I'm in the town of Northport, Florida, which is, it being from Arizona, it would be halfway between Sarasota and Fort Myers on the other coast.
Okay.
Gainesville's in the north central part of the state.
Okay.
Probably 70 miles from the Georgia border type of thing, you know.
Okay.
But it is a college town.
And so you said your son is living there right now, so if we needed to kind of view the property or have our funding partners go in there and take a look, or agent partners take a look at the property, would he be the one that would be letting us in to take a look?
Yes. And the situation with that is he and my other son owned a restaurant in the town of Yankeetown, which is about 50 miles away. So it would have to be one of those things where I have to set up an appointment.
Yeah, of course.
We are, the only thing I can say is that we are coming into town. Well, we have a trailer, an RV that we have at a park up near our grandkids, of course. And it's in Yankeetown, so we could drive over to Gainesville to meet somebody if they wanted to, type of thing, on Friday.
Okay, Friday would be a good day.
Okay. After that, then, you know, it would be whenever.
We'd schedule.
Monday. Well, and that's Memorial, so now we're kicking on out in the week.
Well, and generally what I do is just to kind of give you an idea of how I do things, Bill, is once I have this beautiful information that you just gave me about the property, now what I do is I check to see if we've got people in that area, if we're purchasing at this time in the area. I will also check to see what the comps are and if what's sold most recently to see what kind of offer I can prepare for you. And I actually do everything as far as the contractual part of it via email and over the phone. So we've got it down fairly well, you know, when it comes to that. What kind of price point are you and your family looking to net on the property if you aren't paying any closing costs, if you aren't paying commissions or having to do anything to the property?
We've seen some, I can't really tell you that much. We've seen the ones where you go online and see the Villiers and the Trulias and all those things. They're talking in the between 225, somewhere in that range. But if we could net out 180, we would be happy.
So let me do my work now and see where we might be able to be. And, you know, with this whole, I don't know how you guys are out there with the COVID and everything. Have you been fairly locked down where you are?
we're what we call a phase one release now,
Okay.
which means that they're opening up restaurants to 50%. Opened up beauty salons and all Monday. You know, we're at that point. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
6 feet
Okay.
apart, wear your mask, you know, the whole bit.
Same. Yep, that's us too. I always like to check just to kind of see where you are in the scheme of things, and obviously it's done quite a number on the market and what we're able to offer and purchase at. We're still most definitely buying properties. It's just obviously affected everything around us, like
I understand.
Yeah, and say we were able to come to an agreement and sign a contract and all of that, Bill, would your son be able to take pictures and send them to me once we were under contract and all of that? Would that be a possibility?
Oh, sure.
Oh, good. Okay, that always makes it a whole bunch easier. We find it a lot easier to be able to do it that way instead of sending someone out, so that's great.
Right.
All right.
Well, like I said, hold on just a bit.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
God bless you.
Some of our neighbors are coming over from behind us. You know, it's kind of our neighborhood and neighborhood type thing.
Yes.
So, can you hear me?
I can. I certainly can.
Yeah.
Well, let me do this then. Let me prepare an offer for you. I'll do my work on the property, and if
I'm sorry, there's one thing that might help you. I don't know if it will or not. There was an appraisal done on this house a year ago, January. If that would help you.
I wish that it would be the same, but I am certain that an appraisal done a year ago would not be accurate in today's date.
I'm just saying.
What was it?
It would have
what was
pictures
it?
of the inside. Was what I was saying.
Beautiful. Okay, and what was that appraisal?
It was an inspection. It wasn't. I'm sorry. It wasn't an appraisal. It was an inspection.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Then that would be very helpful.
Of
course.
I said that wrong. I could send that to you if you would like.
Sure. Would you like me to do you text at this phone number?
Sure.
That you called me on? What I can do is I can text you my email address, or I can just give it to you right now if you've got a pen and paper.
No, if you'll text it to me, I'd rather have that. That way.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then you'll have my direct phone number also, because I'm going to give you. I'll text you.
Mean a price. Yeah, I'm sorry about the price. We had an inspection done for insurance.
Yeah. Oh, so, sure.
It does have pictures and everything that's been done to it, and more of a property look anyway.
Absolutely. And the more information I have, the better. So I love that. Yeah, that would be very helpful. It doesn't matter whether it's an inspection or an appraisal. So I will, as soon as we hang up, what I will do is I'll turn around and text you from my direct number, which is a 480 number. And then that way, and I'll also give you my email address, and absolutely go ahead and email that over to me. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll be preparing an offer based on the information that I find on the property. And if I don't get back to you this afternoon, I will certainly get back to you tomorrow morning, especially if you've got some company coming over. That would be no problem if that works for you.
This is like a 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon cocktail type thing, since there's
I love it.
3 houses
we need
in
it.
The area I live. So it's our COVID protection area, we know
yes.
We just say it's a family type thing. So that's what
I
we're
love
doing.
it. Well, good for you. I'm glad you're staying close to people, at least so that you can keep your sanity.
Well, we're a little older, so
Yep.
We don't want to get, since we're, 83% of the people here in Florida are over 65 to succumb to this, so we're kind of staying away.
Absolutely. We've been so careful out here too. My dad is in that group and my mom is in that group, so I've been extra careful myself, so I can appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, so if you would email that to me, then I will turn around, and between me and my wife, I hope we're smart enough to do it again. We always seem to have problems. We don't have the most up-to-date equipment, so it's likely us to do it to
that is okay. That's all right. I'm a good instructor and stuff. So would you like me to email instead of texting it?
If you could do both, I'd appreciate it, or put the
Got it.
text on one. And yeah, I'd prefer to have an email, truthfully.
Yeah, no problem. I'll do
It's
that.
easier
I'll do
for me to
both. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep, I'll do
Thank you
both
very
for you,
much.
and I will
Yes,
talk
ma'am.
to you, if not this afternoon, then definitely tomorrow morning.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Phil. Bye-bye. Therein lies the difference of then and now, that it's not the same kind of market. And I understand, that you've got the extra acreage and things like that, but sometimes that's not always a benefit to people that are looking to, purchase a property. The land in and of itself is great, but it doesn't always increase, the value as far as we're concerned,
Okay, well then we're dancing around the pole here. What is it that you feel it's worth, and then I will know
and
more
then you
about
can
where
kind of go from there. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Because we're just dancing right now.
No, absolutely. And that's why I was just trying to find out where you were coming from in your, and explaining to you how I get to my numbers, basically. So
No. I understand that, but
yeah.
I just need to know, more about.
Absolutely. So my offer to you is $132,750.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that.
So
No.
tell me what you could do, because when I go back to them to ask about the post-possession, my underwriting team, what is it that you think that the least that you could do for it?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Boy, that's to us is a lot lowball, because, we had a realtor that told us if we put it on the market, yada, 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 that type of thing. If we put it on the market for $200,000, then we would come out at around 180. I mean, I can understand maybe 10,000 less than that, but I was just hoping that we could do this faster than me having to sit on it.
And it definitely would be faster. And that you can't, and that's the thing, is that a lot of people don't realize, or especially with everything going on right now with COVID, it is hitting the market horrendously. I mean, and that is a fact. And so it's like, if you do want to sell it in a nice, quick fashion, and get the very best that you can from it, realtors are definitely optimistic always, and that's great. That's a great quality. But the fact is what is actually selling. And I know from just looking around that subdivision, those are the houses that are selling in the 200s. That 180, that's your retail. So if you were to decide, yes, I want to list it at 200 with this realtor, who knows how long you'd sit on the market? Who knows what kind of contingencies you're going to have to do? They can always come back with something. Oh, we'd like you to do this. We'd like you to do that. And then after all is said and done, are you going to walk away with 170, maybe less than that in your pocket? That's a retail number. So that's listing with a realtor, that's retail. So obviously, as an investor, we have to be lower than that, because we're giving you no commission, no closing costs, and we know we're buying it as is. We're taking that in consideration, and that's where our number comes from.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now, I can't do that low. I just can't do it. From the other things we want to do with the money, that's not possible. I don't know. I don't even know where the happy medium would be. You know what I'm saying?
And that's probably that's where you probably need to think about. Like, I always tell everyone that I speak with, write a pros and cons list, because you'll be surprised when you start putting pen to paper where the differences lie. Listing, if your option is listing, then I would make an option like, okay, if we listed it at 200, if we had to keep kind of going down because of COVID, because of the market, what are we willing to continue to go down to? Are we going to end up netting 160 at some point? And how long is it going to take? 6 months, 7 months? And are we okay with that? And then if that's a yes, then that's where you go. If then you say, okay, now it's even closer to us coming to an agreement of a cash out option for you, a 132 offer. Now we're only talking maybe $25,000-$30,000 difference, and you not having to do you're not doing anything to that property.
Yeah. No, I understand that,
Yeah.
and I understand that. But even to stage the thing, we only anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm
I
going
know. Right.
because the average I was told was to start at 210, and then you could come down to 190, and then you'd settle out with your 6 or 8% down to 175 or 18. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that you have to do it different because you're a wholesale situation, but that's 40,000 difference. I mean, even if we split the baby, that's still, that would be hard to think about if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, if you were my dad, I mean, if you were, a relative of mine, I would say put pen to paper, figure it out, because the reality is that yes, they could say this is what we're going to list it for, but the problem is once you list it, now when you go to an investor, say it doesn't sell on the market, or you have to keep lowering it, and now you're paying that percentage on top of it. Now you're kind of stuck in a situation where an investor is going to go, okay, we know it didn't sell at 200. It didn't sell at 190. Now we know we have to be way lower than that, because what are we going to do with the property once we fix it up and try to move on the property ourselves? And so therein lies the quandary. And so not to say that that's not, that is going to happen.
I understand. And I do appreciate what you're saying. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But we felt we had a little more equity. I know you're looking at a blind thing. You don't know the neighborhood. You don't know a lot of the houses in the area. They're buying the property and knocking the house down.
Mm-hmm.
Which
takes money in and of itself. Right.
And the reason why is because it's a minimum on the scenic highway of 2-acre lots.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do 1/4-acre lots or 1-acre lots. You can't do it.
Right.
On this road. So this is the reason why they're doing it. And so, in fact, we know of 2 houses on that same road where they bought the houses, lived in it, built the one behind it, and then knocked it down. So.
And how long ago was that? Do you remember?
Oh, gosh. Couple of years, yeah. But again, I understand. It's the primo school district for all the schools. I mean, it's a good location. Okay.
Right.
Absolutely. Like I say, we're trying to find a rental in the area so we can keep his kid in the same schools, because they're I'm trying to say it without being the largest upscale subdivision in Gainesville, where most of the professors and the doctors at the hospitals live, is maybe 2 miles away in Hill Plantation.
Okay, got you.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking the other way, which is going, well, it doesn't matter. You can only see what you see, and it's going the other way, which gets cheaper and cheaper as you go towards what they call Tower Road.
No, I was actually looking at the higher ones. Those are the ones that I was looking at, and then in relation to, where your property is, still in a great area, not demeaning that at all. But your house was built in 1962, and these houses were built.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. I understand that.
Yeah.
And then it becomes live in the house, 2.5 acres, boom. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it, because even if I split the water, I'd have to talk my wife into that, and I'm not sure you're ready to think about that either.
Well, and I'd be more than happy to do a 3-way conversation, but I understand you guys need to have a conversation. You need to come up with a number that you're going to feel the most comfortable with, and that is realistic for us too. And then, I would be more than happy to revisit with you, and split the baby, as you say. But
I'm sorry, that's a colloquial from our time,
Of course, no, I get it. But I'm being realistic too, Bill, and I want to make sure. I mean, my main thing is when I purchase a property, I want to make sure that I'm having it purchased at a good purchase price, that I know with the current market that we're going to be able to move on it, and there's not going to be any issues, that I'm not going to ever have to come back with you and renegotiate or anything like that. But
no. I understand. No. Yeah. I understand that, and the thing. The other thing is, even if you couldn't sell it right away, you could rent it right now. I mean, they're just, like I said, it's just that type of town. Well, it's called town, we're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you now that I would say that the cheapest I could do, and that's only talking to my wife, and she'll probably beat me to death when I tell her, would be around the 150, 155 range. I'm sorry. That would be, that's splitting the bathwater right there.
Okay.
So if you can't, then I appreciate your time.
Well, let me ask.
I mean,
So, right. And let me ask you this. So tell me this: if I were, and I know you need to have a conversation with your wife, but if I were to go to my underwriting team, because they make the rules, but I always go to bat, and I could get them either right on the 150 or certainly as close to it as I can with a 7 to 10 day post possession, which is huge, because that makes it so much nicer for you guys. If I can do that and you have a conversation with your wife, are you prepared to sign a contract today?
Again, it would, and when I said 150 to 155, I'm thinking 155, you're thinking 145. So I'm saying the higher end because she's not going to be happy as it is.
Okay.
You understand where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm. I do. I'm a wife.
If I could talk her into 155 with that thing, I might could do that, but my goodness gracious. Anyway, being that we're COVID bound here in the house together, it's not the sweetest thing in the world.
Tell me about it. We are all COVID bound. Hey, at least you had your happy hour last night.
Really. I would have to say between 150 and 155, and of course, even split that baby. And maybe even less time after. I don't know. It's if I knew that we were going to close, you were happy, we were closing on 30 days. I don't know what your close time is, or tomorrow or a week from, okay?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I would kind of need at least a week plus a few extra days if I could, just to find a place.
Sure.
If you know what I mean. I mean, we're to the first of the month type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So are we still even talking here, or am I just rambling?
No, we're still talking. I'm still talking. I need to go back to my team and see if it's even a possibility. If it's not, I'll come back to you, Bill, and let you know. And then, you and I know where we are, and once things start rolling for you and you make some other decisions, then you're always free to come back to me and I can revisit it for you. But as of right now, I want to go to my underwriting team with this information, see what they tell me, and if I can't budge, and I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, then let's say 155. Let's go there, and my negotiation room, okay?
Okay, you got it.
I think in my eyes that's more than fair because I'm dropping 25,000 off what I said, even at that,
Of what you're feeling.
Raising your price 30,000. So it's kind of like I said, we kind of just split the water here.
Right.
Okay.
Let me see what I can do for you, and then I will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, Bill?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.